Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sam Merilio Show. I hope your Sunday is going really well. It looks really sunny outside, so that's pretty awesome. Thank you for joining us today. We have an exciting topic that we are talking about today. So basically, the Vrai Changement Montréal party leader elections are happening next month, and whoever becomes the party leader of Vrai Changement Montréal has the opportunity to become Montreal mayor. I'm here with Daniel D. Vázquez, who is currently the only candidate for Vrai Changement Montréal, and we're just gonna have a nice conversation about his platform, about his goals, and yeah, if you are watching live, feel free to ask questions. I will have the opportunity to ask him a few of them. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the interview. So, hi, Daniel. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. You know, when you have babies, every morning is relative. Every morning is different. Today she woke up at 8, so that was great.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, I mean, if she or he or she wants to make an appearance, that's totally fine.
Une petite chose, si ça te dérange pas, je voulais quand même faire prendre un petit moment pour
Mm-hmm.
parler avec mes amis francophones. C'est sûr que le Sam Mirello Show, c'est un show en anglais, alors je vais parler en anglais, mais bon, j'ai envie de jaser avec vous en français. Sorry Sam,
Oh, go
I told
ahead.
them you were great.
Yeah, go ahead. Awesome. Puis ceux qui sont francophones, si vous voulez demander des questions en français, allez-y, ça me dérange pas. Mais ouais, l'entrevue va être en anglais pour aujourd'hui. So awesome. Yeah, my first question for you, Daniel, is why are you running for Montreal Mayor? Like, what inspired you to have this goal?
Well, you don't start with the easy questions, do you?
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, look, my grandfather was a politician. My grandfather was a good politician. And there are bad politicians, that you know.
Hmm.
But my grandfather actually worked a lot with the youth. He worked a lot with the poor. He worked a lot in rural development. So even today, we can go to Mexico, and we're welcome in many, many places, poor places. And if I can say, poor people have so much more than us, but that's another conversation. What I want to say today is that I do have a great deal of admiration for some politicians, let's say like that. There
So
are
yeah.
politicians, for example, that I'm talking to right now while I'm looking for candidates that went themselves into leadership courses, and right now they're having health issues. Right now they're having back problems. This moral pain from defeat in politics does transform itself into physical pain. So I do respect the good politicians, the people that wake up worried about people and the social issues.
Hmm. That's awesome. Yeah. Something that I'm wondering about is that you are about to enter a municipal election that has two very popular candidates. So there's rumors that Denis Coderre and Valerie are both going to run. How do you feel about that? How do you feel like standing next to those two people?
Well, look, Valerie Plante, Denis Coderre, and many others that I wish will join, they are point uh, B, right? Right now, we're not even at point A. We have to make sure that we get the leadership of Vrai Changement Montréal, and like that, our ideas will have an actual platform to go against Valerie Plante, against Denis Coderre. Now, if you want my actual opinion, I think that Denis Coderre he should be moving on to provincial politics or to federal politics, right? Like this is the politician de carrière. He's just coming back to the municipal politics because he had fun during 4 years. Now, I respect a lot Valerie Plant, and we will continue many of her projects. She's a women leader.
Hmm. So you okay, yeah. But how do you feel about like the election? Like what how are you going to stand out? What are you going to do to, entice people to support you rather than them?
That's a great question. And the thing is, these parties, they start by looking at big business, right? They look at big bucks and who's going to give them a lot of money to then go and convince a lot of people. What
Hmm.
I want to do is actually talk to community leaders that are right there right now, that are in contact with people that are dealing with the everyday issues that we're going to be fighting for. And we'll start this from the bottom up, not from the top down.
Hmm. Hmm. That's great. Yeah, so I had a question about your political past. So I know that before you ran with the Green Party of Quebec. So that's not necessarily a progressive party. I'm just wondering, like, what was your reasoning for running with them rather than, let's say, for with the NPD?
Yes, so the Parti Vert du Québec is still a party that I hold dear to my heart. It's the same thing for Québec Solidaire. It's parties that I pretty much align to. Certainly, I do not admire the leadership of the current leader of the Green Party of Quebec, but this party is itself an eco-socialist party, and I think that we need that in provincial politics. Um, did I answer your question?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's awesome. Yeah, so my next question, I'm just wondering, so you plan on having a progressive platform. How do you plan on representing the diverse communities that need help from the municipal government right now?
By talking to them, by listening to them, by opening the doors of Vrai Changement Montréal to everybody. And when I say everybody, I'm not talking just about minorities. We have to all talk about the same issues and find solutions that that work for everybody.
Hmm. So what do you plan on doing to like talk to them? Like you're gonna consult like organizations, you're gonna host uh, like uh, like meetings. Like what are you gonna do?
So yes, right now I'm in contact with many of the organizations that I respect, that I love. We're talking about solidarity across borders. We're talking about the Abolish the Police. We're talking about the COBP. We're talking about Lufa Farms. We're talking about these are conversations that are currently ongoing. It's very early on. We're February and the elections will happen in October. But already I have a team of very passionate people. It's my Conseil d'Administration. It's 27 people, and I don't think it's big enough. I really believe in bringing different people, people of all races, of all tastes together, and building a very cool platform.
Hmm. So who are these people on the Conseil d'Administration? Like, what are their backgrounds?
Well, I'm really trying for everything, right? I have to speak with people from the LGBTQ movement. I have to speak with people from the Black communities. I have to speak with people from Muslim countries and from people that speak Arab as well. I have to speak with the Asian communities, the Latino communities, white people. We have to really get all together.
Hmm. All right,
And I'm
awesome.
sorry if I'm forgetting about a group, like First Nations, for example, is somebody that
Hmm.
we also want to work with.
Hmm.
One of our ideas, for example, we think that it's very necessary. It's pretty much it should have been done before. We had to recognize the First Nations languages that coexist with ours here in the island of Montreal.
Hmm. Yeah, totally. So now I want to go more specific to some specific topics. So homelessness in Montreal is a topic that a lot of people are talking about right now. They really want this issue to be addressed. Especially in the
Mm.
winter, it's so cold. Like we want these people to have places to stay, places to keep them safe. How do you plan on addressing that crisis?
In the short term, I envision fridges everywhere. I am to blame with my partner. Sometimes we make food for 10 people and we're three. We're three people in the house. So you try to freeze it, you try to keep it, but that could be shared. And to be honest, we could have shared that food, and a lot of that food we threw it away. So in the short term, fridges everywhere. In the long term, we have to focus on social housing and cooperatives. Right now, Projet Montreal is telling you we're focusing on affordable housing and social housing. Social housing is very important because you only spend one third of your income on rent. That is a great deal, and that does help families moving forward and getting a home. Affordable housing, and I'm taking this from the website of the Ville de Montreal. Affordable housing, the value goes somewhere in between social housing and the average market values. What does that mean? Well, in the plateau, I can find a four and a half for $1,200, and then you come with affordable housing saying that, oh yeah, four and a half for 1,000 or for $900. That is ridiculous. Everything that Projet Montreal has built so far is affordable housing. Let's focus on social housing and cooperatives.
Hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. Another topic. So a lot of Montrealers are in support of defunding the SPVM. You know, the police are not the specialists of every crisis. Maybe they should not be handling every crisis. Maybe we should be putting that money elsewhere. Maybe we should be putting money towards preventing crime. Like, how would you? What is your stance on the whole defund the SPVM movement?
So right off the bat, we need social workers and we need psychosocial workers and we need nurses to help certain situations where the police is not well trained. No, policemen are good people. They are people that went into becoming policemen and policewomen to protect people. But let's talk about defunding the police. Let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about who is actually being targeted most. It is Muslim people. It is Black people. It is Latino people. It is First Nations people. It is people in precarious situations. Let's talk about who is in the prisons right now. It's the same populations. And this is just part of a discrimination that happens in housing, that happens in employment, that happens in many, many places because these are all symptoms of systematic racism. I am not afraid to say the S word, if you wish. Let's talk about Joyce Shagwan. And I'm sorry if I'm not saying the right name, but that's discrimination in the healthcare system. We have to talk about these things. And if I may say, crime is at an all-time low. But the criminalization of petty crime is at an all-time high. And right now you're seeing advertisements that are saying we have to forbid and just put handguns away. No, crime is at an all-time low. Crime is not the problem. It's social inequalities that are at an all-time high. So let's talk about that.
So I have a question from the audience. The question goes like this. How do you plan on helping animal-related causes? Like, how do you plan on dealing with animal cruelty and issues related to that?
So, of course, on one hand, we will have very interesting collaborations, I hope, with organizations like Lufa Farms to make sure that everybody is getting more organic food, more veggies into their nourishment. And I'm sorry, I'm hearing my baby crying a little bit, so I worry. But I do want to say I am very open to, let's try to stop animal cruelty in the next 4 years. Let's take serious steps towards that and to finding alternatives. Let's talk. Yeah.
Awesome. I have one more question for you. I'm wondering, as a progressive leader, a lot of people, they tend to appear progressive, and then once they're elected, they don't completely follow through on the promises that got their voters excited. How do you plan on remaining accountable to these progressive ideals?
I will continue listening to people, and I will continue surveying people during my mandate. And if people are telling me at some point that they really don't like the direction that we're going, I'll launch elections. I'm telling you today, if you don't like what we're doing, and most of the people don't like it, let's launch elections. I believe in direct democracy. That's who I am. So I think that the vision that I am presenting to you today and to your audience, it's something that we can all fight for, something that we all believe in, and that it's not a minority's issue. It's everybody's issue.
Oh, so I just thought of a question. How can people contact you? How can people get involved with your movement and help you or guide you towards specific issues?
Well, my phone number is 438-364-9495. That is my personal phone number. You can add me on Facebook, send me your ideas, your comments, your insults, your whatever you're feeling about in regards to Montreal, of course. I wish to be an open book, and I hope I am being an open book.
Awesome. So do you have any final comments that you would like to make?
I guess, what would you change in Montreal?
Are you asking me?
I'm sorry.
Oh, awesome. Well, if you're asking me, well, I'm a huge advocate for the homeless population in Montreal. I want homelessness to end. I know that some people might find that homelessness cannot be dealt with, but I think we have a lot of empty homes. I think we have a lot of options to deal with this crisis, and I think we should deal with it very quickly. And I also strongly support defunding the SPVM. I really want that money to go somewhere else. It doesn't have to be all the money, but some of the money should be going towards uh, other initiatives for sure. So that's what I think.
That's
For the
great.
people in the audience, feel free to ask questions as well. But yeah, I invite you to make a final statement if you would like. So
Well, I guess I will invite everybody, all of my friends and everybody that is listening, to join Vrai Changement Montréal because only members will be able to elect the upcoming leader. As we said, I am the only candidate, which is very lucky, but Vrai Changement Montréal is a great party, and they have received more than 20% in previous elections. It is a real threat. So there might be another or other candidates. I hope you join Vrai Changement Montréal and that you join us building this platform.
hmm. So thank you so much, Daniel. For those who want to support Daniel, feel free to go on Vrai Changement Montréal's page. I'll make sure to link it in the comments for those who are looking for it. And yeah, thank you so much, Daniel. I wish you a lot of luck, and I hope the election with Vrai Changement goes well in March.
Thank you, and anytime. Thank you.
All right, have a great day, Daniel.
Have a good day.
And for everyone else who's watching, I hope you enjoyed this show. Please feel free to give me your feedback. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing Sunday. As I said before, it's so bright outside. I'll probably go take a walk. And yeah, please, thank you for supporting this page. This news is community focused. So I really want to bring the news that you are interested in. So please let me know what you're interested in. And yeah, everyone, have a great day. Bye.